Sleep is your superpower. It is literally the foundations on which everything else stands. In this video, I'm going to talk about sleep and the consequences of getting too little. And if you stay to the end, I will tell you how to make sure you get enough. As always, I will include links in the description so you can make further inquiries if desired. So without further delay, let's get down to it. Sleep is a complex and dynamic process that affects how we function in ways scientists are only now really beginning to understand in any real depth. You spend about a third of your life sleeping, and it is as important as food or water. Indeed, deprived of sleep, many animals will die more quickly than when deprived of food. Sleep affects almost every type of tissue and system in the body, from the heart, brain, and lungs to metabolism, immune function, mood, and disease resistance. Without sleep, you cannot form or maintain the pathways in your brain that let you learn and create new memories, and it becomes increasingly harder to concentrate and respond quickly. There are two basic types of sleep: non-REM sleep, stages 1 to 3, and REM or rapid eye movement sleep. Each of these is linked to specific brain waves and neuronal activity, and you cycle through all the stages several times during a typical night, with increasingly longer, deeper REM periods occurring towards the morning. Stage 1 non-REM sleep is the changeover from wakefulness to sleep. This light sleep only lasts a few minutes, during which your muscles relax and your brain waves, heartbeat and breathing and eye movements slow from their daytime wakefulness patterns. Stage 2 non-REM sleep is a period before you enter deep sleep. Your heartbeat and breathing slow and muscles relax even further. Your body temperature drops and eye movements stop, with brain activity slowing and marked by brief bursts of electrical activity. This is the most frequented type of sleep. Stage 3 non-REM sleep is deep sleep. This is what you need to feel refreshed in the morning, and it occurs in longer periods during the first half of the night. Your brain waves, heartbeat and breathing slow to their lowest levels during any stage. Your muscles are relaxed and it may be difficult to awaken you. REM sleep is so called because your eyes move rapidly from side to side during this period. It first occurs about 90 minutes after falling asleep, and the mixed frequency brainwave activity is similar to that of wakefulness. Breathing becomes faster and irregular, and your heart rate and blood pressure are at near waking levels. The majority of dreaming occurs during REM sleep, although not exclusively, with your arm and leg muscles becoming temporarily paralyzed to prevent the acting out of the dreams. As you age, time in REM sleep decreases. How much do you need? Well, 7 to 9 hours is optimum. Once you sleep less than 7 hours, the level of impairment in your body is easily measurable. And for all those who claim they can get by on less, sleep clinics would love to meet you and study you, because so far everyone has shown significant impairment when sleep deprived. So what are the results of too little sleep? In a recent study shown here, we can see sleep is a way of mending oxidative stress, and when this process is interrupted, animals die even more quickly than with lack of food. You may remember from my Hallmarks of Aging video that mitochondria, the powerhouses of the cell, are where most of your cell's energy is produced. And in their day-to-day function, they produce byproducts such as reactive oxygen species. Well, to cut a long story short, this buildup is bad. It causes damage to DNA and kills cells, eventually killing the animal. But that is not the only evidence. This study shows that athletes who have 6 hours sleep and not 8 hours see their physical performance drop by 30% or more the next day, with lactic acid building up faster and the lungs' ability to take in oxygen and expel carbon dioxide reduced. At 4 hours sleep, they are 60% more likely to get an injury due to a myriad of factors, such as with coordination and weakened stability muscles. And it is linear. The more sleep recorded, the less injuries sustained. Now, this obviously applies to non-athletes as well. It is just professional athletes routinely track all their biomarkers these days, and their performances and rates of injury are meticulously recorded and analysed. In this study, the lack of sleep reduced the body's immune system function significantly. And in this study, even a slight reduction to just 6 hours sleep a night for a week showed over 700 genes displaying distorted activity. Half showed decreased activity, and these were for your immune system. The other half were overexpressing, and these were related to tumours, long-term chronic inflammation, stress, and to cardiovascular disease. When you don't sleep enough, your body stores fat and consumes lean muscle, and the extra hours you are awake are all hours you can be reaching for another snack or drinking another calorie-laden drink. In studies, this averaged an additional 200 to 300 calories a day, and the calories chosen were much more likely to be junk food. One interesting anecdotal observation is daylight saving when the clocks change. When an hour is lost, there is globally a 24% increase in heart attacks. And when an hour is gained, there is a 21% decrease in heart attacks. And that is just one single hour on one night. Okay, what about this? If you have been awake for 20 hours, you are as cognitively impaired as a heavily drunk person. Indeed, it is so well known in the neurology field that neurologists class being awake as low-level brain damage, with sleep being when the brain repairs itself. To paint a general picture, shorter sleep equals shorter life, and the data shows it. Less sleep equals more chance of Alzheimer's, cancer, and just about every other condition you should be seeking to avoid. But what is good sleep hygiene, and how do we achieve it? Remove all unnecessary electronics from your bedroom. Regularity of sleeping patterns is very important. Try to stick to the same times every day. Stop using electronic screens an hour before bed at least, and try to turn off or dim most of the house lights. Keep the bedroom dark. Use blackout curtains if street lights or neighbours' lights shine at your window. Keep the bedroom cool. The brain needs a slight drop in temperature to go to sleep. Or have a warm bath, as when you get out, your blood vessels are dilated and the core body temperature drops quickly. Don't go to bed too full or too hungry. And if you drink alcohol, try to drink in the afternoon. The same with using cannabis, as they can disrupt the normal sleep cycles. 1 hour of screen time before bed delays melatonin in the brain by 3 hours and reduces its peak by 50% when it does come. And it reduces your REM or dream sleep, so you wake feeling more tired. Better to read a book in the evening, and maybe not via a very bright light. So, have I convinced you to get better sleep? I noticed a big difference when I took it more seriously. But before you go, please subscribe if you have not already, and click the like button if you like the content. Why not try this next video on stress, both good and bad types? And if you've already seen that, try this one. This might be of interest. Thanks for dropping by.